Hey guys, Magnus Robert here, bringing you another video. Today we are doing the next episode of TSTO Battle of the Best Events. I'm determined to end this series eventually. I feel like it's going to take a while, but we'll get there eventually. If we do one a week, someone can work out the math. If we do one a week and there's this many rounds. But starting off, we are obviously starting off round 2. We are doing Abe's in Toyland versus the Tap Ball event. So we'll hit that and we'll report the scores. So, of course, if you are not familiar with the series, there are 5 points to be won. 1 for characters, 1 for the actual structure and theme of the update, 1 for buildings, decorations, and then my general thoughts of the event as of today. So we're going to start it off with the structure and theme, and we're going to start it off with the oldest of the events, which of course is the Tap Ball, so let's hit it off. So of course, Tap Ball was a free structured major event. There was 3 acts, if you will, although I don't think they weren't called acts, but essentially there were free prize tracks that unlocked throughout the weeks. Yeah, there was of course crafting as well, which used to be a very big thing in older updates, and we of course got that in the Tap Ball event. There was also the whole team management thing and the versing thing, so you could of course verse your different, you leveled up your different kind of sporty people, and then you could actually verse them against each other. It was very, very cool, little tiny kind of mini game. It's a shame that mini game wasn't permanent to the game, but yeah, of course it was cool in the event at least. So very awesome feeling event. Of course, the theme was sporting. Very, very awesome, very solid theme. Lots of cool things to be added in that theme. So overall, I think that the event theme and structure was pretty damn solid for the Tap Ball event. Moving on to Abe's in Toyland. So of course, Abe's in Toyland was a multi-event, if you will, so a 4-act structured major event. So of course there is no crafting or anything like that. It is just simply 4 mini events repeated 4 times, or a mini event repeated 4 times, if you will. And of course the theme of the update was Christmas. So it was another Christmas event. This was our 2018 Christmas event. We got some very kind of cool things that were tied in, but the main theme itself was actually Abe Simpson himself. It was kind of an Abe Simpson event, if you will, and it was kind of him waiting around at Christmas for his death, basically. That was basically the event, and him like kind of thinking back to older times. So of course, we got like characters from his past, like his father and his grandfather, and we got his daughter and people like that, like people who are very important to his life, old partners and things like that. So yeah, it was a very solid theme. I would say it was a good theme overall. Some people disagree with it and they don't think it should have been there for Christmas, but personally I think it worked quite well for Christmas. I didn't think it was a bad theme at all. I feel like Christmas is kind of running thin in terms of content, so I don't know, I kind of liked it. But there can only be one winner, so which one wins this point then? Well, it's gotta be Abe's in Toyland. I'm joking. It's gotta be Tap Ball, of course. It has to be Tap Ball because even though the crafting is kind of crappy, it still had that really cool mini game, really, really awesome theme, just a really great feel to the event. It just felt like so fantastic and amazing. Whereas Abe's in Toyland, although I like the theme, I didn't think it was like amazing. I just think it was good. I just didn't think it was like out there and something we've never seen before. Whereas Tap Ball really was nothing we've seen before. We never really had an event. Maybe Stonecutters, I guess, but we never really had an event that was like just costumes. And we never really had an event that was just costumes. And so I think it was a really cool event. So Tap Ball gets the point for that. Moving on, we of course go to characters and costumes, and of course NPCs. So to start it off, we have Tap Ball. So Tap Ball of course gave us the referee Homer, the soccer Lisa, pin pal Arpoo, football Nelson, baseball Jasper, softball Mr. Burns, and boxing Dredrick Tatum. All very, very cool in their own regard. I think they were good. And that was just Act 1. Act 2, we got Furious D, very, very cool character to get. We got Springy as an NPC, very, very awesome. One of my top tier NPCs, for sure. Chucky Bart as a costume. We got Kung Fu comic book guy and Tennis Marge. Very, very awesome. But there is more. We also got, of course, Torrendo Grandpa, I can barely say it, Ballet Ralph as well. So, very, very awesome. Loads of costumes, loads of only two characters, but I feel like they complemented that with a bunch of costumes, and most of the costumes are really, really cool. There's a few that I'm like on, like Kung Fu comic book guy and like even Tennis Marge to a degree. I'm like on, but I still think they're good. You know, they're not bad. They're just just not as good as the others, I think. Also, Pimpal Poo, I was a little annoyed at the time because they added him without any of the other Pimpals, and that rather annoyed me. But yeah, apart from that, overall, characters were pretty damn good, and costumes, of course, and that one NPC, Springy. So let's move on to Abe's in Toyland. So of course, we only got one skin, which was the Krusty the Christian skin. I think this one was kind of bad. It was alright. It had voice, I guess. It came with the evil candy cave, which was a bit weird, but I think the actual skin itself is okay. It's not terrible. So yeah. So in terms of the actual characters, though, we got Orville, Edwina, Philip Heflin, Rita LaFleur, Old Tut, Abby, and Aaron Burr, which of course is the vice president. Yeah, I think overall the characters are good. Like, I think Orville and Old Tut are definitely good characters in my opinion. I'm glad that we got them in the game, although I really wanted the other version of Orville, not the kind of Abe lookalike of Orville, but whatever. We got Abby. I really liked Abby. Rita LaFleur, quite liked her as well. Philip Heflin, I was a little on, just because the character itself isn't that great. And Aaron Burr was a bit weird. It didn't really fit into the event. It was just kind of thrown in there. So yeah, I think overall characters are okay, but who am I going to give the point to? Well, I just think Tadpole's costumes are far superior, and Springy and Furious D, I just think they beat all these characters out of the park in Abe's in Toyland. I will say it's a little difficult. I sometimes value characters over costumes, but I just think the costumes here just beat Abe's in Toyland just out of the park very, very easily. So moving on, we of course have to come to buildings. So let's start it off with the older of the events, which of course is Tadpole. So Tadpole, we got the stadium entrance, the grass field, and Sporticus. I've said it before, I don't think that the stadium entrance and the grass field should be buildings. I feel like there's an argument for the stadium entrance, I guess, but the grass field I just think should have been a decoration. Not a big deal, but I don't know. I think it's important to know. Like, I wouldn't give them any points for those two buildings personally. Then we got Sporticus, which is a very, very cool looking building. I like that one a lot. Then in Act 2, we of course got Ally McBalls, the Simpsons laser tag, and the basketball stadium. All very decent. I like them all. Very, very good. Then in Act 3, we got the Springfield Arms. Very cool. Looks a bit grimy, but I actually kind of like it. The gridiron. Yeah, I like those kind of corner buildings. Pretty cool. And Tester Zone, which I'm a little on really. But whatever. We also of course got the skins, the Golden Stadium skin, the Clay Stadium entrance as well. All the different skins for the stadium entrance, which yeah, I like them as well. There was a nice little touch for the update. So yeah, that is Tadpole. I think overall buildings pretty decent, apart from a few that I don't think should have been buildings. But the actual things themselves I don't think are ugly or anything. I just don't think they should have been buildings, and that's my kind of criticism of them. So moving on, we have Abe's in Toyland. So of course we have Carnaby Street, which is pretty decent. Whiz Bang Toy Company, I like that. Vandersniff and Whippy. I'm a little iffy on this just because the building is a bit dull, and I don't think it really kind of stands out at all. Yeah. Fallen Diva Apartments, which I like. The Universal Panacea, which is decent. I wished it was a bit bigger, but it's okay. The Old Theatre District, which I like. And the Hall of Vice Presidents, I'm a little iffy on it just because it's a bit of a bland building, but it's not bad for sure. So who am I going to give the point to? I actually think this one is a little difficult. I feel like this is the most difficult one, but it's going to Tap Ball. Yeah, Tap Ball has basically beaten Abe's in Toyland to a pulp. Abe's in Toyland did not stand a chance, unfortunately. So that is it for the video. Of course, there is no way Abe's in Toyland can win now, so we may as well wrap it up. Just to give you kind of a brief view, if you will, the decorations point would have also been given to Tap Ball, just because these are Abe's in Toyland's decorations right here. That's all we got in terms of decorations, and I feel like you guys probably saw from the original Tap Ball when Tap Ball versed the first event. I forget which event he even versed, to be honest, but in the very first episode, you probably saw all the Tap Ball's decorations. So yeah, that is it for this video. Oh, sorry, and also the other point, the final point would have also gone to Tap Ball. Yeah, but that is it for this video. Tell me your thoughts on why you think I'm wrong. Maybe you think Abe's and Toyland should have won, and that's cool. So tell me if you think that. But I'm going to submit the scores. So that goes round to round 3. Our first round 3 event is Tap Ball. So yeah, tune in next week, like I said, to see Treehouse of Horror XXIII versus Clash of Crap. Oh no, sorry, Clash of Clones. Yeah, and that will be an interesting verse. We'll see who wins, and of course, whoever the winner of that goes to verse Tap Ball in round 3. Yeah, we've got loads. We've actually got more rounds than round 1, just because there was a few. For example, like Black History versus the Springfield Jobs. Well, neither of them we did in round 1, so there's actually quite a few of them to actually verse. So it's going to be interesting to see. We'll do all of these, and eventually we'll kick out all of the bad. We'll kick out all the bad, hopefully, and we'll have all the good in round 3, and we can start actually, doing some really tough decisions and tough choices. I realised like there was a tough one with like Love Springfieldian Style. I feel like that doesn't deserve to be knocked out in round 1. I feel like Love Springfieldian Style deserves to be knocked out in round 3, but I just think Stone Cause is slightly better. So I felt bad for that, but yeah, I still think we can kind of gather like which events are good and bad. And I've actually got a plan for after I've done this, and maybe after I've versed, like say when we get a winner, I'll probably verse the Van Houten's update with the winner, and once we and then also any other updates we get, any other major updates we get after the Van Houten's event. But I'll probably verse that against the winner, and after I've done that, and I've done literally every single episode, and I've versed every event, maybe I'll do like a master list of all major events ranked from worst to best, because I feel like I can use this to try and gather my opinions. Yeah, so that is it for the video, like I said. Sorry, kind of tagged on that little thing at the end there, but I hope you enjoyed, like I said, and I shall see you in the next one. Goodbye.